Unit 2, Topic 1 notes. We're going to talk about writing equations and inequalities from verbal descriptions. So here is a table of words and what they mean mathematically. So some of them you might be more familiar with than others. One thing to note that when we get into inequalities, so these symbols down here are inequality symbols. We have less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. When written out in verbal form, there will always be an is in front of them when it means the symbol. Otherwise, if there's no is in front of it, then it means the operation. So less than, you can also see over here in subtraction. Greater than or more than is another popular one for addition. So just make sure you note that is usually means that we're going into like an equal sign or an inequality symbol. When we do have more than or less than, more than is fine. So if you have like 5 more than 7, to get that we would do 7 plus 5. But you could also write that as 5 plus 7 because addition, it doesn't matter if we flip the order, it's going to stay the same. 5 plus 7 is 12 and so is 7 plus 5. They're both the same thing. However, when we switch that to less than, if we said 5 less than 7, the only way we can write that is 7 take away 5. If we think about that, 5 less than 7, that means we're starting with 7, and we're going 5 less than that. So we're going to take away 5, and now we're down to 2. But we can't write that the other way because if we try to do 5 take away 7, that does not give us the same answer. That's going to give us -2, and that's not the same thing as 7 take away 5. So that's why there's that little flips order underneath less than. That's usually the one that trips up students more often than not. So that's when I want to make sure that we understand its meaning behind. So moving into practice, we're going to write an inequality for each description. DeAndre is making costumes for the cast member in an upcoming performance. While costuming this group, DeAndre must keep costs below $1,300. Male costumes cost $7 to make, and female costumes cost $35 to make. So we're going to write out the inequality that would match this using these variables. X is the number of male costumes, and Y is the number of female costumes. So what this is going to look like is we know how much each costume costs to make. Male costumes, $7. So we know every male costume is going to cost $7. So we're going to put 7 next to X. And then in addition to that, he's going to make female costumes. So we're going to add to that the cost of female costumes, and then we're going to multiply that by the number of female costumes. Because if we only made 1 female costume, we do 35 times 1 and we get 35. But if we'd made 2, we'd want to do 35 times 2. If we made 3. So right now, these variables are just standing in because we don't know how many male costumes or female costumes he is making. And then he also has to keep costs below $1,300. So below would mean less than. And that right there would be the inequality that would represent this situation. All right, let's try one more example. Nina has up to 425 minutes to dedicate to working out this week. It takes her 30 minutes to complete a cardio workout and 45 minutes to complete a weightlifting workout. Select the inequality. Well, we're going to actually write the inequality, excuse me. And then we're going to use these variables. So we know it takes 30 minutes to complete a cardio workout for Nina. So we're going to do 30 minutes times X, however many cardio workouts she does that week. And then in addition to that, she's going to do some weightlifting workouts, which take 45 minutes to complete. And then we know she has up to 425 minutes to work out, which means she can do exactly 425 minutes, and she can do less than 425 minutes, but she can't do more than 425 minutes. So that is going to be our inequality that represents this situation. So for today, your practice is going to be an IXL online practice on your Schoology page. So go ahead and go to Schoology and complete your practice.